हेलो गाइस। तो वापस ट्राई हार्ड कर रहे हैं स्ट्रीम पे। क्या पता इस बार कम मार्क रखते हुए स्ट्रीम हो जाए। वेलकम बैक। आज हम खेलेंगे मार्थ इज डेड, अनदर हॉरर गेम। अब चेक करके बताओ अटक रही है कि नहीं। या
नहीं अटक रही।
पक्का?
हाँ
अब अटक भी रही होगी तो क्या ही फर्क पड़ेगा। भाई गेम की आवाज़ क्यों नहीं आ रही मेरे को? हेलो, अभी
नहीं अटक रही स्क्रीन।
श्योर है? मेरे को मेरा कैमरा बहुत अटकते हुए दिख रहा है दूसरी स्क्रीन में।
मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा।
गाइस इफ एनीवन इज स्ट्रगलिंग, ये रही लिंक, जा सकते हो। जिंदगी में स्ट्रगल मत करो।
बट देखो मेरी स्ट्रीम। हाँ
हाँ बट स्ट्रीम देखो। ठीक है।
Ciao,
हेलो एस्ट्रो।
I'm Julia K.
गेम भी स्टार्टिंग में लिखा हुआ है
I'm
if
glad you
someone
are
is
here.
struggling
अबे
visit
पढ़
this
ले।
link.
Nobody has visited me in ages. It's been years now.
पूरा
I must
डिस्कॉर्ड की
tell you
स्ट्रीम
my
बंद कर दिया
story,
उधर ही
but
देख।
I don't know where to begin.
अबे ये गेम स्टार्टिंग
नहीं,
से
इस
स्ट्रीम
वक्त
नहीं हो
stream
रहा।
There is so much that
एक सेकंड गाइस, चैट से हाँ सॉरी।
I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are vague. I only remember the summer of 1929
आवाज बहुत तेज
when
हो
they
रही
sent me
है।
off to stay with my nanny.
भाई ग्राफिक्स लो करते गेम का स्टार्ट ही चेंज हो गया।
Nanny, will you tell me the story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow. Not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes. I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women. But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady, I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little, though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who
ये
love
क्या गेम
her?
चालू हो रहा
Of
है?
course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little,
भाई अपनी
but
बहन तो
I
डर है।
love spending
Story
time with
के
you.
हिसाब से।
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny.
ये ठीक है भाई।
Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're not a young woman, could you tell me her story? Even if it's foggy outside. Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
भाई सिंक भी नहीं हो रहे
I
हैं
loved
उनके audio
Nanny
के
and I
हिसाब
loved
से।
that story.
फिलहाल मीडियम
Every
ग्राफिक्स
time
करी।
I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask
गाइस सीन ऐसा है, जब मैंने इसको हाई ग्राफिक्स किया था ना, एक बार कैमरा ऑन का डिस्कॉर्ड पे साले, जब मैं इसको अल्ट्रा ग्राफिक्स पे खेला था ना, तो एक्चुअली जब ये गेम स्टार्ट हुआ था एक लड़की का चेहरा दिखाया था RTX के साथ, ठीक है। और अब मैं जब लो ग्राफिक्स पे किया, स्टार्टिंग ही चेंज हो गई गेम। तो थोड़ा सा इसको मीडियम ही खेलता है, चल जाएगा, इतना धोखा नहीं रहेगा। आवाज़ सही आ रही है मेरे बैकग्राउंड या किसी की खर 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 आवाज़ आ रही हो तो बता दियो स्ट्रीम पे, गलत आवाज़ है ये।
वो डिस्कॉर्ड में म्यूट कर रहा हूँ, वही सुन रहा
है वहीं सुन रहे हैं पक्का? ठीक है। अबे वरना मैं यहाँ स्ट्रीम कर सकता हूँ। रे अप्लाई हो गया सेटिंग।
her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was killed by the man she loved.
ओ भाई
She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island.
ये है क्या बोल?
So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her.
Oh, the poor dear.
एक सेकंड कुणाल एक सेकंड
Life
देखने दे
isn't fair, Poppet, but that's the way it is, and we must learn to deal with it.
Okay, I'll try. But it makes me so mad.
अच्छा
Keep
वो
on
टांगे
reading,
हैं
Nanny.
क्या हाथ है बे वो? अरे
In
ये
despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy. So he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl. They searched everywhere.
अग्निपथ की
Girl's
स्टोरी
body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved.
नहीं
When fog
भाई
arises,
कुणाल ये
the
कॉमिक
White
बुक्स तो नहीं पढ़ा
Lady
रहे
is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for
वो
her
मर गया
long-lost
लड़की मर
love.
गई तो भूत बन गई लड़का मर गया तो कुछ नहीं
Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by slaying such a life in its youth. Even just for an instant, the lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
कौन सी नानी अपने बच्चों को इतनी घटिया स्टोरियां सुना रही है भाई
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my love.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories do not return until 15 years later, in 1944,
Nanny.
when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place.
भाई भूत की फोटो लेने की कोशिश कर रही झूठ कह रही है एनिमल्स ओ भाई ग्राफिक्स तो है ग्राफिक्स तो है अब इसको अल्ट्रा कर देता तो मर जाता पीछे समझ आया
कुणाल बेसिकली RDR2 चल रहा है अब
हाँ honestly बात है
Reel off the film. Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film. Put the new film in.
कैमरामैन सिमुलेटर गाइस
Close the camera. Load the film. Activate the timer.
बड़ी माँ
Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus. There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is. person. I must help them.
पर्सन लगा कहाँ से?
I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
Final KGF, the lake was my one.
भाई सही में डूब रही।
भाई बोर्ड थी ना पास में।
अबे तो डूबा हुआ है ना अंदर, बचाना है भी। मैक्स सब यही जम्स करते थे और क्या है?
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared. I dragged that lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think.
पुलिस को कॉल करो प्लीज।
I have to stay calm.
भाई अपन ऐसे दिखते हैं
Martha is
बेसिकली।
not dead. It's not possible. It's not true. There's no need to worry. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. I have to stay calm.
KGF है भाई KGF.
Martha is not dead. It's not possible. It's not true. Martha, February 26th, 1923.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
What are you doing?
Go, Eric, run!
ये कैसे भगते
My
हुए हैं भाई
parents
लोग?
ran towards me.
अच्छा।
My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay?
मेरे को लगा ही था इसको
She
मार तो
asked me,
समझेगी वो।
speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone.
भाई कैसे पेरेंट्स है ब्रो
I
इसके?
would have to pretend to be Martha forever.
Pause करियो बनल.
स्टोरी के बीच में नहीं होगा। बोल बोल बोल।
अरे मतलब हुआ क्या समझ नहीं आया पेरेंट्स ने क्या करा?
बेसिकली ये हुआ अभी तक गेम में हमारी बहन मरी भी मिली हमें।
हाँ।
पेरेंट्स हमसे नफरत कर देते हैं। हम दोनों क्या है ट्विन। अभी हमने क्या किया, मार्था का नेकलेस खुद ने पहन लिया। अब वो सोचे कि हम जो बहरी मारता है कि वो ऐसे एक्टिंग कर लिया, अरे मार्था तुम ठीक हो ना, यानी दूसरा बच्चा मर गया तो फक नहीं दे रहे, मार्था जिंदा होनी चाहिए। इतना बॉट पेरेंट्स भाई, इतने बॉट पेरेंट्स छी भाई।
ओहो।
भाई डार्क है गेम। और अब हम एक्टिंग कर रहे नहीं, हाँ हम ही मारते हैं।
O Lord who gives life to
लड़े
the
जा रहा
dying,
मैं.
let your sacrifice of love be offered for Martha's soul. Into your hands I also entrust my spirit, so that I may be reunited with her in perpetual light, to never suffer the desolation of purgatory. Please grant her eternal rest, O Lord, and may eternal light shine upon her.
Eerie, did you remember to light the candles in the hall? People will be here soon.
Mummy always finds something for everyone to do.
Hence can be displayed within the game. ठीक है. अब लाइट कैसे जलानी है? भाई अपनी बहन मर गई यार.
This painter was a friend of Grandpa's. I always loved his paintings. As a child, I used to look at them for hours. Mummy and Daddy. They are the epitome of wealth and elegance. But pain pays no heed to money and style. The only way people could tell Martha and me apart was by dressing differently. Even Mother couldn't tell us apart. Books, books, and more books. In our villa, there must be 10 times more than even here. Daddy must be devastated. He loves me. I messed up and now I have to watch him suffer my death. I can at least light the candles and let him find some comfort in sleep.
ओ भाई
मतलब माँ मार्था को पसंद करती है, बाप एरी को.
Daddy's oboe. We were preparing a really nice duet together. On the rare occasions he's at home, that is.
ये सारी स्टोरियां पढ़ेंगे अपन क्या चल रहा है इस गेम में.
Daddy, Mummy, and my grandparents. It seems almost impossible that Father is a soldier. Mother would have been more suitable if she wasn't a woman.
ठीक है भाई, क्या है दिमाग को ट्रोल कर दिया. ये लाइटर है.
तू कोई भी जोक मारेगा ना तो मेरे को है ना 15-10 सेकंड बाद सुनाई देगा.
तो तेरा रिएक्शन लेट जा रहा है स्ट्रीम पे, वो मत कर. तो मेरे को सर्वर में अनम्यूट ही कर लेगा. वैसे मैं यहाँ पे
नहीं फिर अजीब लगता है.
When you're done, can you come and get the flowers, please? Or send Martha if you like.
Never a moment's peace. Even at a time like this. She can't sit still for a second. There's no reason to use the phone right now.
मेरे घर में मम्मी ऐसे हमेशा कोई ना कोई काम करती है.
July 17th, 1944. Our hearts are with you and we share your grief in the wake of the tragic loss of your dearest Julia. July 17th, 1944, Ministry of War. Director General for Conscripts and NCOs. We are grieving over your sudden loss and we send you our heartfelt condolences. When Mummy asks for something, an old painting. I find it so sad. It communicates a sense of deep solitude to me.
पुरल जब वो लड़की डेफ में मारता तो ये सुन कैसे रही है?
तो मार्था मर चुकी है. ये है मार्था और हम एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं मार्था की.
माँ जब बोल रही है कि अरे तो मम्मी तो समझ रही है ना.
हाँ
ट्रू
क्योंकि उस समय तो माँ लिपसिंग करा रही थी. अभी कैसे सुन रही है? नाइस पॉइंट. हेलो गेम डेवलपर्स, क्या हक दिए.
I can't turn it off. We have to listen to the radio all of the time. Any news and announcements can be vital.
बात तो सही है.
Daddy's canes. They are so beautiful, but I can't say why, but they have always scared me.
Eerie, get a move on.
क्या काम दिया था इसने?
Better go or she'll end up getting seriously angry. A telegraph box. I know how to use it. Daddy taught me.
हमें काम था.
एरिक को बोल रही है. एरिक बाप.
Everything always has to be perfect with her.
नहीं.
Parla Londra. Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali. Felice non è felice.
मैंने
È
भी जाना है
gettata la
इसे.
pioggia. La mia barba è bionda. Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
नहीं डरा क्या तू?
पागल है क्या बहन चो, तू डरा है तेरी आवाज बोल के. धीरे
Who
बोल
closed the door?
भाई, गेट बंद कर दिया बे.
नेड़ा.
Erich, wake up.
अच्छा,
Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here, of all places?
एक
What?
तो बाप है अपनी.
Yes. I must have fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irene? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking
माँ का
about
पैर मिलेगा
Martha.
पापा का.
Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it? Her fault for Martha being deaf and for you being infertile. Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid? No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me?
वो एक बात बताओ, बंदा इतने आराम से बात कर रहा है और इसको गुस्से में दिखाया जा रहा है गेम में. लग तो नहीं रहा वो गुस्सा कर रहा है. I am the
They
crazy
have done
one.
this to
ये
get
क्या
at
बताओ?
me. Yes. Your death is all my fault. All
चल
I
ठीक है,
could
तू
ever
कर
do
enjoy,
for
मैं
you
चलता.
was hurt
इंसान को
you.
दिखा दे, खिला दे गेम.
My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we? Nothing. I miss you, Julia.
पिताजी चाहते थे बे अपन को.
I miss you.
बे बता दे तो क्या दिक्कत है. पिताजी को सच बता दे, माँ को मत बता. तू मारता
While
नहीं.
American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, we have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
फेमस है बे अपना. आप देख रहा है रेडियो पे.
Mother didn't seem
ये
to
मैसेज
suffer
लगाएंगे
from
पूरा.
the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
भाई सारा सोच, तू ऐसे जी रहा हो. हाँ सोल. भैंस की क्या चॉइसेस है.
Martha has lost her son.
भाई लोड हुआ
Martha has lost her soul. 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 Martha has lost her soul.
यार गार्ड तो फटेगी इसमें। बहुत गंदी फटेगी।
अरे रे रे गलत चॉइस ली थी मैंने गलत भाई चिल्स दे रहा है बे।
आइडेंटिटी
भाई इस गेम में जंप स्केयर दिया ना तो कसम से फट जाएगी
नहीं सुना लिए नहीं देखता
भाई गेम भाई तो मुंह क्या छुपा रहा है देखना
नहीं देखना भाई नहीं देखता
सौरभ बटन आ रहे स्क्रीन पे दो बटन किए दो बटन प्रेस करो एक साथ ये नाइटमेयर है अपने
अरे भाई कुनाल मत दिखा
ये क्या गेम है ये क्या खेलने में क्या है भाई साइकोलॉजिकल हॉरर गेम है बे जंप स्केयर नहीं है इसमें
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister.
तेरे को मैं म्यूट करूं भाई
I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality.
भाई सुन मैं ठान लिया एक बात मैं पुणे जाऊंगा एलिमा के पीसी में ये गेम खेलूंगा अल्ट्रा ग्राफिक्स रे ट्रेसिंग के साथ 3070 में भाई क्या प्यारा गेम है ऐसे गेम
This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now...
और सौरभ इसका गेम प्ले टाइम देख क्या कितने घंटे का है
Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul.
Around 6.5
Can a
hours.
photo capture the
दो
soul?
स्ट्रीम आज की और कल की तीन
Can
दिन
I
में
capture Martha's soul?
भाई डीप है भाई गेम डीप है वो क्या बातें करती है
Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be
ये
scary
वैसे
lately.
म्यूट कर रहा
Yet
मजा आ रहा था
everything
वैसे
here is so beautiful and bright.
पाँव तक की आवाज है मेरे चलने
Our
की
beautiful home. In spite of everything, I prefer being here. This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened. Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, मार्था के कपड़े पहनेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। हमारी भी बहन के ही कपड़े हैं। भैंस की आँख भाई, जूते तक दिख रहे हैं। फुटबॉल बे, फुटबॉल खेल
घर में बोल रहा तू ये?
जूते, अरे मतलब ठीक है ना यार, गलत वे में क्यों जा रहा?
Even more scary fairy tales.
मारता क्या सुनती थी, क्या चाहती है ये बच्ची? अपनी बहन तो येड़ थी, कुछ भी कहो। Meanwhile, मैं
It's about 9:30.
गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स की बहन थी।
I always keep my trinket box locked.
अच्छा एक सेकंड, ये अपना कमरा है, वो मार्था का। अपन चाहे तो अपने कपड़े भी पहन सकते हैं जो अपनी माँ को पसंद नहीं
I'm
है।
already dressed.
अरे fuck.
Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together.
ये बॉयफ्रेंड है क्या?
The butterfly collection that Daddy made for me.
कुणाल, मार्था के कैबिन पे जा और वहाँ तेरे कपड़े रख।
चेंज नहीं होंगे ना?
Nanny will be visiting me soon. My dress, the one Martha wore when she was
dying. तो बाहर निकलने का ऑप्शन है क्या?
I'm already dressed.
It's time to leave this.
Everything I need is always in my bag.
Okay. Go one you love, where you can find it. आर भी कौन सा था? ओके।
The key to my trinket box.
CS:GO खेल स्कैम वेब के साथ।
Here is my diary.
स्कैम वेब के साथ नहीं रहे। CS:GO बंद, बहुत पहले हॉरर गेम सॉन्ग।
July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the white lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
देख सर, ये पढ़नी जरूरी है, इससे अपन को गेम में क्या चलेगा पता चलेगा। हाँ, ये शायद उसके एक दिन पहले की बात है। देख, यही सब चीजों से तो पता चलेगा चल क्या रहा है। मैं नहीं पढ़ता तो क्या ही पता।
I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down for breakfast. Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think?
वो मेरे को तो 10 सेकंड बाद दिख रहा
What
है
did you say?
स्टोरियां तो सुनेंगे देख सारी.
Okay, I won't wake her up. I'll just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble.
ऐसे सोच जाके बोल दे और पापा कैसे हालचाल.
पे एक दिन बाद की बात है.
स्टोरी में तो एक दिन पहले की थी वो डायरी जो लिखी थी अपन ने, और अब भी तो 1 या 2 दिन बाद की बात चल रही है. 2 दिन चल रही है.
How wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here.
No, मार्था डेफ और वो दोनों है क्या?
अरे तो यूजुअली डेफ लोग बोल नहीं पाते ना, क्योंकि आज तक उन्हें सुना नहीं होता अनलेस मशीन लगा रखी है, समझ रहे. तो ये तो वैसे भी 90s का गेम है, समय नहीं थी. तो हाँ, तो डेफ यूजुअली कहाँ बोल पाता है. कर लेते हैं, परफेक्टली नहीं बोल पाते डेफ लोग.
There's no shortage of paintings in our house. Mum is passionate about painting.
परफेक्टली शब्द नहीं बोल सकते ना. और सौरभ क्या कर रहा है? मैं ये नहीं कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने सीखा ही नहीं आज तक बोलते कैसे, आवाज पे कंट्रोल कैसे करते हैं. जब मैं सुन ही नहीं सकता उस आवाज को, मैं कैसे कंट्रोल करूंगा बता. समझा? 10 सेकंड बाद समझेगा तो स्ट्रीम डिले.
Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad.
भाई तू सभी सैड हर चीज तो इसको सैड लगती है. भाग. ओके, LB2 रहना है. LB होता है ये.
It's locked.
जब मैं जो ना मतलब मैं तब समझाऊं.
Why did they lock my room?
इतना लेट समझो तो पूछ सकते हैं क्या?
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera, are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise.
सोच रहा अब इसको सारी
The
मार्था वाली
thought
हरकतें
makes
करनी
me
होगी.
so sad. Seeing it there is as if I don't know how to explain it.
इतना स्लो बोलता है
Let's
यार.
go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right though. Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them. During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia?
एक सेकंड. The camera. कितने सारे निकल गए हैं.
Mummy's family coat of arms.
आइडिया क्या होता है?
Bread, butter, jam and coffee. Martha's typical breakfast. I prefer honey and milk,
He's
but
gone to
I'll
the
have to adapt to
uncle
her
one year.
tastes, obviously.
अरे अंकल हल्ले कौन बोल रहा है भाई? ऐसा बोला अंकल वाली वाइब्स मत दो.
For Julia, to take more and more photos, Dad.
नील चौधरी.
वह नाम से देख.
I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here.
Okay.
There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them.
What about you, Julia's camera? ठीक है. ये कैमरा की स्किन भी है, ठीक है। इनकी फोटो लेनी है। एक सेकंड यार, ये चैट मैं खुद ही पूरी इधर कर लेता हूँ ताकि पढ़ने में है। तू पहले कितना हैंडसम था बट फूल अंकल साले। नहीं, मैं हमेशा से ऐसा दिखता था। ये क्या होता है अंकल बन गया? इतनी कितनी बदतमीजी है भाई।
बहुत बोल रहे।
भाई ये तेरा हार्ड गेम क्यों है? फोटो कहाँ है? सारा सारा स्ट्रीम देख, क्या क्या एक्सपोजर। हेलो प्रॉपरली एक्सपोजर। प्रॉपरली एक्सपोज, ठीक
ओ
है
भाई साहब,
भाई, ठीक है। You're about to take a photo where an important feature of story hasn't correctly framed. You can continue with the no. Too distant. In focus भी है। तो भी आगे चले जाता हूँ। अरे यार ये कैमरा सीखना तो हार्ड है भाई। मेरे को एडवांस कैमरा स्किल की क्लास लेनी चाहिए। फिर मेरी ले लो है। अरे हरामियों, ये सारे अकाउंट आज ही लॉगिन करने है क्या तुम लोगों को? यूज कैमरा। टू डिस्टेंट कैसे हो सकती है फोटो? हाइट, भाई साहब भगवान, इतना हार्ड क्यों बनाया इनने ये गेम? सब्जेक्ट, अच्छा इसकी लेनी है क्या? आउट ऑफ फोकस, टू डिस्टेंट में इसकी तो नहीं लेनी है। नहीं रे, जब तेरा कोई बात नहीं भाई, कोई बात नहीं। फोकस फोकस इन फोकस। तो शूट तो नहीं हो रही फोटो। सर आरटी कौन सा बटन होता है? हैं? अरे थोड़ा कंट्रोलर रख दो।
राइट टॉप।
राइट टॉप नहीं हो रहा रे। सारा राइट टॉप ही होता है।
राइट टॉप ही होता है।
I've taken the picture, now it's straight to the dark room in the cellar to print it.
पता नहीं कैसे फोटो ले ली, बट ले ली मैंने।
Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget. Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here?
Hello?
Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to.
क्या खेल रहे हो? हाँ, Martha is dead. डाला वो फोटोग्राफ को. कसम से गाइस ये हॉरर गेम है और ये मुझको कैमरा यूज करना सिखा रहा है जो माइंड फक दे रहा है बहुत ज्यादा. सौरभ भाई बहुत हार्ड है भाई.
भाई
आउट ऑफ फोकस. फोकस कैसे करूं? फोकस का है क्या? RTLT. भाई बहुत हाई सेंस है. ओके इन फोकस.
इसके बड़े हॉरर गेम है. हॉरर तो ना
कभी हमारे साथ भी खेलो. क्या खेलना है?
DSLR के जमाने का गेम बना देते. इतनी मेहनत तो नहीं करनी होती
भाई. DSLR भी हार्ड है. अबे टाइमर आ गया. X ये ठीक है. ग्रीन पे रोकना है.
Not a bad photograph. It seems that the camera works perfectly. Now I can take a self-timed photo for Martha's frame.
सेल्फ टाइम वही जो क्या फोटो. मैंने ये गेम चालू किया था गाइस क्योंकि मुझे हॉरर गेम खेलना था और इसकी बहुत अच्छी स्टोरी है. बट फक नहीं है इतना टाइम मेरे पास.
Daddy had this device brought here last week. It's old, but still works. He has always loved everything technological.
सेम भाई सेम. मेरे पापा बचपन में हेडफोन लाए थे पहली बार. मैं तोड़ ताड़ दिया और अब मैं मांगते रहता हूँ यार हेडफोन दे दो. मेरे हेडफोन खराब हो गए. ओके स्टैंड मिल गया. एक और फोटो खींचनी है. सेल्फी खींचनी गाइस. सेल्फी विद ओल्ड कैमरा. इस गेम भी डैडी.
Camera is set up with the self-timer.
बस बैठने का ऑप्शन दे दे. हाँ नाइस नाइस. बस स्माइल करनी मुझे. सेट टाइमर गो. ये क्या है? स्माइलिंग.
भाई इसमें भाई सल्की क्या होता है?
क्या पता. अरे यार फिर निकालनी पड़ेगी फोटो. कैमरा उठा ले लड़की.
With the enlarger, I can print the images from the film onto paper.
ठीक है. नहीं उठाना कैमरा. छोड़ दें. हो गया अपना. बस नाइस. एक फोटो पोस्ट करके मेन स्टोरी में जाएंगे गाइस. साइड क्वेस्ट करने लग गए. सॉरी माफ. बट अपनी बहन की स्टोरी है तो करनी तो पड़ेगी.
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film. A kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it. That's why they used to photograph the dead. But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly or they'll think I'm crazy.
वो सब छोड़ो guys, मुझको कोई ये बताओ, इतना ज्ञान कैसे दे सकती है गेम में? एक बार भाई एक बार में परफेक्ट कर दिया। मैंने फोटोग्राफी को भी है ना इतना डीप बना दिया भाई, स्टील सा सोल ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, पागल हो क्या? साइकोलॉजी के साथ खेल रहा है भाई सारा ये गेम। वो अपनी शक्ल दिख रही। अच्छा
Yes, this is me. No one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone. I was obsessively thinking about Martha and what had happened, but suddenly a thought took control. The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her, and now I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory. Of course the door is locked. The keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My parents are not going to let me go to the lake anymore after Martha's death. So this is the right time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up. I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques. We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce. What the hell? For a moment I thought I saw... No, that's not possible. It must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist. It's dark and I can't turn on the light. It's dangerous. I'll need a flash for the camera. I can look for it amongst Daddy's things in the room below his bedroom.
तो डैडी का रूम तो बताओ। रूम बिलो इस बेडरूम यानी फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे है। डैडी का रूम तो फिर यही हुआ है, ये तो किचन है। ये भी नहीं खुल रहा।
As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
मरी भी मारता जी, क्योंकि वो बोली थी ना कि मेरे को इच्छा तो है, बट लोग पागल समझेंगे, तो अभी अंधेरे में ले लो चुपचाप, तो क्या ही पता चले। चाबी मिल गई। फ्लैश भी मिल गया। उठा ले रे लड़की। ये फ्लैश है? नहीं, ये फ्लैश।
Here's the camera flash. Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
Bro, love you videos. You stopped streaming? Yeah, bro. I was busy with
Daddy
college and
stuff,
stuff, so I
war
stopped
maps.
streaming, and I don't
I've
have
heard
good
everything will
games
play
to
out
play.
on this new defensive line.
अरे जर्नल वाले की बातें नहीं जाने, अपनी बहन की फोटो निकालेंगे अपन। अब बाहर का मौसम तो देखने पहले भाई, एकदम हॉरर गेम का मूवमेंट है, देख बाहर जाना है। ठीक है, नहीं, ये तो बाहर जाने का रास्ता है। So, wow. कैमरा, वो स्किन मिल गई भाई कैमरे की, ठीक है, वेरी रियलिस्टिक कैमरे की स्किन। यूज कैमरा, वो सब छोड़ो, लगाना कैसा है?
खुदा तेरा तो हेल्प हो गया भाई, तेरे को
क्यों?
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake and now it's too late. If they find out I've been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone, and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend, and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them. So it's just impossible.
You're too satisfying for my GF. क्या? You're so satisfying for GF. क्या बात चल रही है भाई, ये कुछ भी चैट कर रहे हो?
ये क्या बोल रहे हो भाई?
भाई वो बोला लिटरली चैट, वो सब छोड़ो, मेरे को इसमें वो लगाना है यार, फ्लैश कैसे लगाएं? ऑब्जर्व द कैमरा, पुट इन बैक, पुट इन बैक निकालना, ऑब्जर्व, फ्लैश लगा ले, ये तो स्टॉप कर दो ये कैमरा। भाई NH के भाई एक वो नहीं लग पा रहा है, वो अपन ने उठाया भी था क्या वो?
क्या?
She says you can take her picture, she will post. हाँ भाई, पिक्चर क्या ड्राइंग बना देता हूँ ना, टाइटैनिक वाला सीन ही रिक्रिएट कर लेता हूँ। यार
भाई
भाई ऐसा आइडिया बदल के बकचोदी करते आते ना भाई, ये मूवमेंट बस इसी की वजह से इच्छा कर जाती कभी कभी कि हाँ स्ट्रीम कर ही लेते हैं, क्यों ही छोड़नी है स्ट्रीमिंग। फुल मस्त हरकत है, वो सब छोड़ो। मैंने लगा
हेलो
पिताजी
घर
जग
पे।
ना रहे।
अभी तो वो स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ।
स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ, देख रहे कैसे
स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ ना।
झूठ कह रहा है।
नहीं अभी तो नहीं आ सकता, अभी तो स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ, 2 घंटा चलेगी।
यार दोस्तों को झूठ
अभी
कैसे
कितने बज रहे हैं?
सीख रहा
नहीं आज रहने देता। ओ
यार, फिल्म रोल तो उठा लिया यार, फिर भी मेरे पास आ ही नहीं रहा ऑप्शन फोटो लेने का। छोड़ो फिर, नहीं ले रहे, छोड़ो भाई, अपनी बहन की फोटो क्या ही करेंगे। चलो के बाहर निकलते। फाइनली एक्सप्लोर करने निकल रहे भाई इस घर से बाहर। भाई ये कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी है? टाइटैनिक कोशी इज मोर देन रेडी। ठीक है, भेजो तो फिर। मिशन क्या था मेरा? मेन कैमरा क्या है? तो कैमरा है क्लियर।
भाई तेरी चैट
डोंट पोक हर, शी इज। अरे भाई हॉरर गेम के ऐसे करते हैं। वो सब ठीक है, लेक है कहाँ? इतने बड़े मैप में कहाँ जाऊँ? मैप खोलो। फक, कहाँ जाना है? ये कहीं कुछ ज्यादा बड़ा मैप नहीं दे रखा है इनने।
लेक जाना लेक।
अब तो लेक कौन सी है तो यही देख।
जब पानी बह रहा है।
गो टू लेक, लुक ऑन द मैप। ऐप खोल दिया बस, लुक ऑन द मैप। कुछ ज्यादा अच्छा रिप्लाई नहीं दिया था तूने जहाँ पानी बह रहा है। वो अगेन कहीं जा रहा है।
I love the night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am of this. How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me. How could I have done such a thing?
अब ऐसी चीजों की फोटो ले रही है मिशन आगे करने के लिए, और फोटो ये रहा फ्लैश।
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
Guys, अब अपने बहन की फोटो लेंगे। My dear father, I love the night, but this night scares me when we are watching your stream. साले क्या कहना चाह रहा है? मैं इतना डरा हूँ ना। किसको हॉरर गेम खेलना है जब हम तेरी स्ट्रीम देख सकते हैं? सेल्फ रोस्ट गाइस, फिर दूसरा करे मेरी स्ट्रीम ताकि मेरे पास सेटअप होगा। तेज भाग। मैं पता नहीं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ, घर नहीं जा पाऊंगा मैं वापस।
Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily I still have my lighter with me.
मैं एक सेकंड के लिए डरा बट इतना ठीक है। उधर बुलाती है लेकिन जाने का नहीं।
The cameras are somewhere around here. Two cameras left.
हमने वैन इसी पाने में देखी। I hope she was dead. अच्छा।
One more camera to collect. A shred of fabric here in the woods. How strange. Let's take a photo of it and leave it where it is. That's it. I've got them all. These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them.
Out of focus.
How could it have ended up here? It looks familiar.
अब घर जाना है ना? पहले से ज़्यादा अंधेरा नहीं हो गया मेरी ये क्या लैंप काम नहीं आ रहा है कम ज़्यादा दिखाई दे रहा है थोड़ा सीधे चलते रहा पता नहीं यहाँ कैसे पहुँचा मैप तक समझ नहीं आया मुझे फिर दिन का जूलिया पीछे नहीं देखना गाइस पीछे नहीं देखना मरेंगे पीछे देखते ही सीधे भागते रहो पूरा पीछे देख मरना नहीं है आज भी क्या होता है मैं सही टाइम पे दबाया देख ले भाई नहीं घूम रहा पीछे घूम नहीं रहा पूरा कैरेक्टर कोई कैरेक्टर थक गया मेरा मैं गलत आ गया शायद हेलो ये क्या है यार अपनी बहन की फोटो नहीं ले पाया पानी से Holy shit! It's been a pleasure. अबे मैं तैर रहा हूँ उसके ऊपर हम लोग। सारा तूने बस सीन देखा क्या? सर तूने मुंह क्यों फेरा स्ट्रीम से? देखना था सारा, देख दिखाऊंगा।
Oh, yet another nightmare.
सारा स्ट्रीम पे देख।
She entered my dreams once more.
नहीं।
Maybe she wants to talk to me. What am I saying? Fairy tales coming true. Yet I feel... No, these are the thoughts of a crazy person, and I'm not crazy.
सारा स्ट्रीम सारा गलत गेम कर चुका है।
Oh, damn it, what's all this blood? I'm not due yet, and there's a lot more than usual. What's happening to me? Am I going to be joining Martha sooner than I thought? I have to wash up and do what needs to be done. If I'm sick, I have little time. The truth awaits me. It must be hidden within those rolls.
Kural, don't tell me मेरे को नाना पड़ेगा फिर तो एक गेम worth it है।
वर्थ इट हाल। भाई सौरभ में कपड़े चेंज हो जाते हैं ऐसे ही ना। बहुत हो। वो बंदी बोल दिया I'm not due yet।
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
ओ भाई हैप्टिक की गर्लफ्रेंड है ये।
होने दे भाई यार। क्या बोली थी ये लड़की अभी?
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
फोन बे।
ये बोल रही है
मत देखना
कि
मैंने बहुत पढ़ लिया उसको नहीं मैं अपनी
बिना
July 19th.
अच्छा
अगर सौरभ की आवाज 2 सेकंड लेट रिप्लाई दे रहे हैं तो इसलिए तो कोई चीज़ स्ट्रीम पे लेता हूँ मुझे बैठा डिस्कॉर्ड पे भी नहाना पड़ेगा भाई नहीं हगना पड़ेगा नहीं हाँ आँख बंद कर ले उल्टी क्या आवाज है?
That's better. But I still don't understand all of that blood. That's never happened to me before. But I'm not going to tell my doctor. Otherwise he'll make me stay in bed and rest. The elegant dress. No, I'll never hear the end of it from Mother.
हर बार वाइट पहन जाता है वो रोल्स निकालने जो अपन ने फोटो
I still like to have the books and games from when I was little with me.
बैग उठा इसके घर वाले कुछ कहते नहीं जूलिया का बैग लेके घूमती रहती है
It's very rude, but I could pick up the phone and listen to their conversation.
How are you doing today, Rennie?
I'm worried, Father. Very worried. We found more partisan tracks in the woods, right next to the house. That Lapo. I suspect he may be involved in the death of...
No, please don't say that. It's not possible. I know the
भाई
boy.
ये
Father,
एक एक्ट्रेस
anything
की
is
आवाज है
possible in these dark times. Anything. That boy didn't even come to say goodbye to Julia. Didn't they love each other dearly?
He must be terribly scared, and Julia always used to
कुणाल
say that.
आवाज सुनाओ ये
She
वाली
used to
सेम
say they were just friends, but you know too, right?
नहीं
Friends are not supposed to do
पिछले
such
अगर
things,
और
Father.
बैनर
Or
और
they?
किट्टू कैसे
But anyway, you're defending them both. You, my husband,
don't
and
be
even
rude
the
with me,
nanny
I can be more
who,
and-
deep down, is a good woman.
The nanny,
उसके ऊपर का मैसेज
भाई साफ पढ़ लिया
is the
मैंने
one
वैसे
who hurt
मैं ऑन स्ट्रीम
Julia
हरकत
with
है
her evil passion for those cards. They are cursed things. I hope you made them disappear.
Of course. I keep them safe in my room. Anyway, you must forgive me, Father. I have to go. They've come to pick me up. Have a good day.
You
उसके
too.
रूम से चीजें चुराने अपन
Lapo's involved in Martha's death. My mother is losing her mind again. How could anyone even imagine
Following the
such
dramatic
nonsense?
news from the countryside.
And Don Attilio, he is a great friend, but what a weird view.
Don.
Those cards are just a game, but most importantly, they're mine. Why on earth did they take them from me?
From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised to stay in their
25
cells
ISO film. When the sun is high in the sky, it's perfect.
churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces
General
have
Edict
orders
K.
to shoot at
New
people
rules
who
on
are the
curfew
street
and women's
or
behavior.
who are found looking out of their windows. I shall repeat for clarity. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden
I
for
can be
anyone to
family
leave
to
their
the
homes
stake.
and walk the
Nah,
streets
you
of
have a-
San Cassiano.
yes, no.
All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways,
मैं share कर
must
दूंगा।
remain closed night
ऐसा
and
डाल
day.
दूंगा।
The population are advised to stay in their cellars. Or
The superior commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1.
the patrols of
Whoever is in
German
possession of
armed
weapons or
forces
explosives not reported to the German headquarters will be shot.
who are found
2.
looking out of their windows.
Whoever harbors bandits and or protects them and provides them with clothing and or weapons will be shot. 3. Whoever is aware of the existence of any rebel groups or even lone rebels without reporting them
What
will
चल
be
रही है रे?
shot.
Mistake me, she is a girl. What are you talking about, रे? कहाँ जा रहा था मैं? अरे अपनी बहन की फोटो तो ले ले यार मरी
Dan, it would be nice to have you always by my side, even if it's just a picture.
हाँ साले उसकी आइडेंटिटी पे यही रही है और अभी पिक्चर की बात कर रही है नीचे जाने का रास्ता कहाँ गया नीचे जाने का रास्ता होगा He was saying we get satisfied. That's why I don't. This one. भाई मैं खोज चुका हूँ ट्रैक इस चैट का कहाँ से कहाँ जा चुकी है ये चैटे
A lens and a roll of infrared film. They can
भाई कोई नाल
photograph what the
कोई
naked eye
टर्न आया
cannot
चैट
see.
में देखा तूने
नहीं भाई तू कहा था तू रीड करके बताएगा तू बता चैट क्या चल रही है
With this
वो जो
lens, I can shoot
हैप्टिक आया
very
था ना
close up.
वो इसकी
With this
गर्लफ्रेंड है
lens,
दे आर
everything
बोथ
gets bigger.
गर्ल्स
This lens increases the framed area.
Oh,
It allows
fuck.
me to fit
ध्यान
more
नहीं
into the image. Blue filter, ideal for indoor photos. Red filter for super high contrast photos. Orange filter, when there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. I have to be careful and keep the volume down as I listen. I must go unnoticed. I am meant to be deaf after all.
Ready? Julia? You ready?
Sure, Daddy. I'm good to start.
I've already started recording.
Oh, no, my voice will sound awful.
No way, come on. Didn't you want to study singing anyway?
No, I was
भाई
young and stupid when I said that.
Okay. Ready?
Go. Oh, how nice. It's the rehearsal for last week's concert. I never heard the recording. But I was right, my voice is
You are also
awful.
dead. ठीक है
Cannot
और
be called
कुछ?
singing.
You are also
Anyway,
dead
it's time I developed
by
these
any
film
chance
roles.
one of you is dead
I can't wait any longer. I wish I could just stop time.
Shit, भाई मैं बहुत गलत चीज बोला हूँ स्क्रीन भाई मरना मत प्लीज सॉरी म्यूजिक इज डिसेबल्ड स्ट्रीमर मोड की वजह से नाइस
These images could change everything. I cannot bear the fact that I may have hurt Martha. I would rather die. Damn my head and these memory lapses. It's such a pain not remembering. It's like getting lost inside yourself.
एक खुदाल कुणाल पढ़ ले भाई, पढ़ ले। कहाँ लिखा है? Well, fuck game, आज तो इनसे बात करते हैं।
You want to be Bro, टू डेथ नहीं बोलना था, बाकी सही था। टू डेथ नहीं, ज्यादा डार्क है वो। सही में मर जाओ तो ब्रो हेल्पलाइन नंबर इसमें आई थी, वेबसाइट आई थी गेम की। अरे यार मैं स्किप करना गलत बटन दबा दिया। गेम की स्टार्टिंग में वैसे तुम स्ट्रीम स्टार्टिंग में जाओगे तो एक हेल्पलाइन वेबसाइट दे रखी, उसको देख लेना।
The photo is burnt. Sadly, it needs to be thrown away.
ठीक है भाई, बात गलती से थोड़ा सा चैट में ध्यान चला गया। Getting killed. Getting killed by daddy. Nice one, nice one. People be like, कहाँ आपकी फ्लाइटिंग स्किल कहाँ पे है? कहीं नहीं, हम तो किसी से नहीं करते। Meanwhile on stream देखो, चल भी on stream फ्लाइट करते हैं, ऐसे नहीं करते। DMs no DMs.
Here I was running toward the pier, just as I remember.
ठीक है, तो फोटो इन एल्बम। और क्या फोटोज थी? तो करो हर एक चीज। Cameras at the ओके, फिर ये सारी फोटोज में से डेवलप करनी है क्या? तो पहले ये कर लेते अपनी बहन की। हो गया चैट।
Oh भाई, the
The
chat just
photograph is
got on
both the
another level.
present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died.
और यार नहीं, देखो यहाँ पे अभी जस्ट सोल की बात हो रही है गेम में। ठीक है ब्रो, इतना कितना बेल ले हो भाई, कितने कंटेंट है स्क्रीन।
Her face can't tell me anything anymore. I know that really. Her lack of expression scares me. I don't even know whether to keep this blank photo with me or just throw it away.
मजा तो आ रहा है, देखो मजा तो आ रहा है। कितने घंटे वेट क्यों करते हैं?
Yes, I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. This matches my memory.
मेन पिक्चर आ रही है बाहर।
I'm carrying Martha to shore. I'm trying to save her. My memories, although fuzzy, do match reality. I feel a little better. Now I can find out who really hurt Martha. Maybe I should meet with the White Lady. She might be able to tell me something. Is this crazy talk? Yes, definitely. But what's normal about any of this? Maybe you have to be a little crazy to get anything done.
व्हाइट लेडी भूत से बात करने जाना है अपन को। ठीक है भाई, अकल तो है। You can stand pass with us. The second person. ठीक है। The second person. Hello, Sora. Is that
The second person?
what do you mean by second person? The one who's sitting with you, yeah, Saurav. तो तुम पे shots fired.
When I was little, these barrels seemed enormous. I thought I could live inside one. This is the center of our farm, but since we moved here, it hasn't worked like it used to. Security matters, Daddy says.
Okay, इतने सारे completed. Newspaper. हट नहीं पढ़ रहा। Things to do. Mommy took my cards and find carrot cards. कहाँ पे है? Okay. अगर घर में अपनी माँ के कमरे में तलाशी करनी। But we are fisgons. Oh, ठीक है। बंदा AF के गया, आके पढ़ लेगा भी तुम्हारी चैट। खत्म कर भाई न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ के जल्दी।
War rages on the Eastern Front. An attack launched by fighting in Normandy. Victorious Germanic counterattack on the road from Perriers to Carentan. Pont-Heber reconquered north of Saint-Lô. Italian workers in Germany. The following rules are in place for workers who voluntarily work in Germany. A commitment of a maximum period of 1 year before returning to Italy.
कर लो भाई।
Nets for catching butterflies, poor creatures. I had so much fun with them. Dear Mother, this is hard, but I have something to tell you. I found out that Julia is pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow morning at 7 and watch her as she bathes. You'll see that her tummy is growing. Martha. What? I'm not pregnant. Why is everything becoming even more confusing? I'm searching for an explanation, but instead I'm left with more questions.
I'm pregnant. ये गेम अलग ब्रांड ऑफ इवेंट दे रहा है.
Here are my cards. Nanny and I always used to play with them. She would predict my future and I pretended to predict hers. The future was always good for everyone. Maybe when she read them, she saw my true future which she hid from me. Or more likely, these cards are actually just a stupid game to reassure and deceive oneself with. But deceiving oneself is sometimes necessary. How can we live happily otherwise? Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good? Romola, 15th of July 1944. Dear Mrs. Irene, I'm writing to let you know that all is well here at the villa. Thank you for being so considerate and caring. I apologize for the simplicity of the housing you were forced to live in. I also locked the room where the little one used to stay as requested. I've left you the key. It is the one with the pink key ring. Try to stay safe. Best regards, Nanny. Why on earth did Mummy have that door locked? It was my room. What is she trying to hide? The solution is still far away. I must be patient and wise. But luck is not on my side, unfortunately.
Okay, अभी फ्यूचर प्रेडिक्ट किया. सर बेसिकली जब तू गया हुआ था हमें पता चला हमारी मॉम के मतलब इसमें एक चिट्ठी पड़ी थी, लेटर जो मार्था ने लिखा था ये बोल के कि मॉम जूलिया इज प्रेग्नेंट, जो कि अपन है कि जूलिया प्रेग्नेंट है. जब वो नहाने जाए ना देखना उसको उसका टमी ग्रो हो रहा है. और अब ये
अपन प्रेग्नेंट कैसे है?
वही बात की
This is Mummy's jewelry. She wears them every
खून
day.
निकला था.
Even though Daddy says it's impractical and dangerous to show signs of wealth these days. As usual, she doesn't want to listen to reason and ends up arguing with Daddy until he goes to play war, as she says.
तो सब छोड़ो, चाबी कहाँ है रूम की?
Pervertin again. I feel like these pills do nothing other than agitate her.
चलो टाइम टू लीव. सर तेरे लिए चैट आई थी, एक बार चैट पढ़ लेना.
क्या?
Mummy's family coat of arms.
ओ भाई.
These plates are not ours. Nanny left them here. I remember them well.
अपने मॉम ने अपना रूम लॉक करवा रखा है नैनी से ताकि अपन खोल ना.
Daddy says that our wine, which is produced here, is extraordinary. I hate wine. I prefer beer.
अरे bro. Interesting though. What are you oh, bro. Content.
ओ भाई
कुछ
My
नहीं
bike. The wheel is deflated
Reality
as
सिखा रहे हैं
usual.
और
A
क्या
bicycle pump will solve this.
तो बाइसिकल अपन बाइसिकल चला सकते हैं गेम में भाई कितना हो
चलाइयो
है अब ऐसे परफॉर्म विजिटिंग नियरबाई परफॉर्म फाइंड अ पंप ठीक है फाइंड द कीज ठीक है गो टू लेक तो समझ गया मैं टायर पंचर है रे साइकिल का फास्ट ट्रैवल अनलॉक हो जाएगा इससे क्या से अंदर देख के आते हैं एक से नहीं क्या किचन में पंप रखते हैं हम किचन में
Here's the bicycle pump.
अब इससे चाहिए बाइसिकल यूज कर ले मरी भी है भाई अभी तक दफनाया तक नहीं है भाई कैसे फैमिली वाले हैं ये शर्म है कुछ Why are you laughing? Nothing. Just thinking about your daughter. That's why. Shit, bro. क्यों इतना भाई मैकेनिक्स गेम पे
भाई ये ऐसे कौन हवा पड़ता है
भारी मैंने जस्ट I got in their room and they said we are watching stream of Daddy. You are not there, Daddy. Maybe I am. Who knows?
भाई
भाई यार कंटेंट ओ भाई साहब भाई 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 साइकिल चल रही हेलो मर जाए जंगल में bigger than me. अभी तो मदर आई थी हेलो गलत मैसेज लिख दिया ब्रो गलत मैसेज लिख दिया वो डैडी वाले अकाउंट से आना था बिगर देन माइन है मम्मी का बड़ा हेलो ये क्या बात चल रही क्या कहो साइकिल देगी माता जी आपका है क्या आप ये बताओ फुल रोल प्ले कर रहा था बंदा इतनी देर से भूल गया अरे घोड़े पे जा सकता अरे गाय है भाई कौन कहता है मेरा चैनल चैट नहीं होती देखो कितनी इंटरेस्टिंग सार्वजनिक पारिवारिक चैट स्टोरी I'm saying don't be smart as your and bigger than you. भाई चैट पढ़ते पढ़ते मैं भूल गया मैं कहाँ जा रहा था
एंटेसिस पूरी हो रही है भाई चैटों में तेरी
मेरी तो नहीं हो रही भाई ऐसे तो बिल्कुल नहीं हो रही भाई कहाँ खोदा बे रास्ता खो दिया बे The first one didn't show up. Yes, it did.
Los, schnappen wir uns diese...
just doing? It's dangerous, I know, but I want to follow them and see what's happening.
ये वर्ल्ड वॉर 3 कहाँ से चालू हो गई?
बेटा वॉर तो चल ही रही है, यही तो दिक्कत है, वॉर चल रही है। व्हाट्स योर फैंटेसी? सारा तुम सब
बच्चे तेरे के पास कहाँ से चालू हो गई?
This is my dress, not Martha's. Now that I'm Martha, it's better left where it is for now.
लेट पे आ गया, भूत से बात करनी थी, क्या हुआ?
Only one divination per day. The solution is still far away. I must be patient and wise. But luck is not on my side, unfortunately.
The white lily, go to the lake. That's it in the... ओके, उधर जाना है, ठीक है। राइट, क्या हो गया, क्यों हंस रहा? Hey, I am their grandmother. Thank you, दादी माँ। दादी माँ इसी बात पे सब्सक्राइब करो वे, हर अकाउंट से। अपने पीढ़ियों को बोलो मेरे को सब्सक्राइब करे, दोस्तों को बोलो, अपने नैनी के ग्रुप में जाओ। एक देखो हमारी नैनी की भी बात हो रही है इस गेम में। और कोई बचा जो अभी तक नहीं आया? चैटो में
Oh God, please no. Lapo, my dear friend. What have they done to you?
भाई दोस्त को मार दिया आपने। Play with the red button, I like it.
Your handkerchief was the symbol of what you believed in. At least that is left of you.
आंखों पे मत मार, उसका गले में पट्टी बांध दी। भाई मिकासा बन गई बे ये तो।
Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone and I cannot reconcile myself.
Walk. अबे पढ़ने मेरे को मिली।
भाई बच्चा मर गया।
मैसेज क्या था वो पूरा?
Du hast ein Mädchen erschossen, du Idiot.
Scheiße, scheiße, scheiße. Was machen wir jetzt? Sieh mal, was sie um ihren Hals hat. Sie ist eine von ihnen. Es musste getan werden.
Sie ist die Tochter von General Erich K., du verdammter Trottel. Sie war die Freundin von diesem armen Kerl. Oh, verdammt, jetzt sind wir wirklich am Arsch.
Scheiße. Lass uns abhauen.
Aber sie lebt noch. Sie liegt im Sterben. Siehst du, wo du sie getroffen hast? Sie ist bestimmt schon tot. Wir müssen jetzt abhauen, sonst sind wir auch bald tot.
अब फट रही है उनकी जर्नल की बेटी को गलती से गोली मार दी तो। पागल यार।
I'm dying, I thought. But strangely enough, I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was almost relieved. When I returned, I found myself once again in the midst of a bad dream. One whose meaning I did not understand at the time.
तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ एक बार में है ना इसको एक बार में इसको कंप्लीट wake up to reality. Wake up to reality. Nothing goes as planned.
I give you back. 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 I give you back.
अरे दोनों में से ट्रैक में देख नहीं पाया क्या इसको
Two sisters were destined to die. Julia, the first sister, and Martha, the second. On Julia's day of departing, identical twins stood before me, impossible to tell apart. They questioned my presence, since they were still so young. Julia must come with me, I demanded. But they both claimed to be Martha. I explained that Martha's fate was soon to be the same, and their games were useless. I didn't have time for it. The war was keeping me busy. But they didn't concede, and instead kept insisting. Can we follow you together? No, impossible. Are you sure Martha will die too? Nothing is certain in wartime. What if the wrong person went with you? Then you would have cheated death. One would die unjustly, and the other would simply be delaying her fate. They discussed amongst themselves, then hugged before one of them came forward. She stared in a determined, almost threatening manner. I guessed it was Martha sacrificing herself, giving more time to her sister. But I stayed silent, not to reveal their failed deception. No one lies to the face of their own death. So I asked how their choice was reached. We drew lots by throwing a medallion, she said quietly. They had trusted in fate. Oh, how naive they were. They knew fate plays by its own rules, which is true, but it is also my ally. Fate never would have allowed the wrong girl to follow me. In that case, my work was done. She must have been Julia. However, little to my knowledge at the time, that blasted medallion had the same name engraved on both sides. Martha's. So, my first assumption was correct. They were too damn smart and had fooled both fate and me. One thing is for sure. I'll put things back where they belong.
Yeah?
I will correct my ignorance and give fate back its blindfold.
क्या?
क्या game है? Bro, this game is too good.
समझ नहीं आया मेरे, क्या हुआ?
Discord पे unmute कर रखा तेरे को समझ नहीं आया तो.
हाँ बोल.
Damn, this hurts so bad.
क्या हुआ?
I can hardly breathe.
क्या ना. हाँ. So basically अभी क्या हुआ कि इनने स्टोरी बताई. डेथ आई थी जूलिया के लिए और उसने बोला था मुझे जूलिया को मारना है, बट दोनों आइडेंटिकल ट्विन थे. उसको समझ नहीं आया कौन है. दोनों ऐसे क्लेम करे हम दोनों मारता है. तो डेथ ऐसे किया ना भैंस की, मेरे को तो जूलिया को लेके जाना है. इन द एंड मार्था भी मरेगी बट वो बाद में मरेगी. बट अभी मुझे जूलिया को लेके जाना है. अभी वॉर चले, मैं और जगह बिजी हूँ, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. तो ये लोग वो ऐसे होते हैं कि है ना भाई पागल बना देंगे. डेथ ऐसे होते हैं मेरे को पागल ना बना दे, मेरे को जूलिया लेके जानी है, गलत नहीं कर सकते तुम ये.
डेथ एक गॉड है.
हाँ लिटरल डेथ रे. तो वो ऐसे हो गया कि वो दोनों बातें करी आपस में लड़कियां और ऐसे हो गई हाँ मैं मारता हूँ, मेरे को मार. तो वो ऐसे हुआ कि यार ये जूलिया
कौन बात करी?
वो दोनों ट्विन्स आपस में कि है ना कौन मरेगा. तो वो लड़की आगे आती कहती मैं मरूंगी, मैं मारता हूँ, ऐसे करके एक्टिंग करती. इन द एंड दोनों मार्था बनने की एक्टिंग करते और उसको जूलिया चाहिए थी. तो डेथ ने पूछा कि तुम बताओ, क्योंकि वो गलत इंसान लेके नहीं जा सकता. तो उसने पूछा तुम बताओ तुम दोनों ने डिसाइड कैसे किया कि किसको मारना है. तो उसने बोला हमने ये चीज टॉस करी और जिसका नाम आया वो चला गया मरने. तो डेथ ऐसे हाँ नहीं डेथ ने नहीं, उन दोनों लड़कियों ने टॉस करा. तो डेथ अब ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस में हो गया कि इन लोगों ने अपनी मौत फेट पे छोड़ी और फेट हमेशा मेरा साथ देती है. कि क्योंकि फेट ऐसे नहीं होगी ना जिसको नहीं मारना उसको मरने दे, ऐसा करती नहीं है फेट कभी किसी के साथ. तो इन द एंड वो जूलिया ही है जो आगे आई है और मेरे को जूलिया को ही मारना था. तो डेथ खुशी खुशी उसको मार देता है. बाद में उसको पता चलता है कि वो दोनों लड़कियां चालाक थी. उस जो चीज टॉस करी थी ना उस दोनों साइड उनने मारता लिखा हुआ था. तो वो जूलिया ने वो मारता मरी थी. ऐसी स्टोरी दिखाई है इनने भाई. तो डेथ को आ गया गुस्सा कि अब मेरे को अपनी रॉन्ग डूइंग सही करनी है. जाएगी तो जूलिया. ये स्टोरी तो इतनी सी नॉर्मल सी स्टोरी नहीं समझ पाया क्या रे.
बस अब खत्म करा आज का.
The ceremony is today, so I need a suitable dress.
कितने 2 घंटे की स्ट्रीम तो हुई है, खत्म करें. 3 घंटे की जाएगी भाई ये अटक.
I would like to spend a moment with my sister, just me and her alone. Before people arrive for the funeral. No, my bag is not here. My diary. Lapo's letter.
वो बैग कौन उठा ले गया अभी मेरा? वो जूलिया का बैग उठा ले गए.
जान नहीं है.
How is she? How is my daughter? Please, doctor. Please give me good news.
It's a miracle she's alive, Eric, but she will be all right. The bullet passed right by her heart and exited her chest. Unbelievably, it missed her lungs, spine, and heart. She could have been paralyzed or died. But thankfully, she's fine. I examined her thoroughly. She didn't even lose that much blood. She was lucky. And you were lucky, so to speak.
She was lucky that my wife went for a walk in the woods. Otherwise,
she would have bled to death, yes.
I don't know what to say. All of this, it's too much. So much death and suffering. Nothing more.
Don't worry, Erik. She's young, so she'll recover quickly. I'll be here all day anyway.
Thank you, Doctor, for everything. Do you mind coming with me to pick my wife up from the cemetery? The funeral will start soon in the chapel.
Of course not. Lead the way.
You know, with all of these preparations for the funeral, Irina wants everything to be perfect. It's her way of coping, so she doesn't have to think about everything going on. She is a woman who has suffered so much. Maybe too much.
Violence against citizens continues in La Romola, and once again General K's family has come under fire.
General Edith K.
The blow from the gunshot in her back could have killed her. It is only by the grace of God that the girl is alive. The anti-fascist political motive appears to be the only reason behind the cowardly act. The New Zealand troops are advancing slowly. After the Battle of Poggibonsi, on the 18th, they are still far from the Tavernelli Val di Pisa. The German resistance on the Tuscan hills has been exhausting for the invaders.
What if the bag is here somewhere?
Quanto è biondo l'aviatore, tutto il mondo fa sognare, sfida il cielo, sfida il mare, a un sguardo un aviatore, l'ogni testa fa girare, dove campi per vincere.
There are more and more weapons around, and everyone is scared after what happened.
Quanto è biondo l'aviatore, tutto il mondo fa sognare, sfida il cielo, sfida il mare, a un sguardo un aviatore, l'ogni testa fa girare.
There's my bag. Thank God. Let's hope Lapo's letter is in there. Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself to that fact. I have to stay hidden, and sadly I can't run to you. Even if I would love nothing more than to hold you tight and cry together. No words. I just want to be close to you. Can we meet in the barn tonight? I will try my best to be there around midnight. Don't be alarmed, but if things get ugly, please remember this number, 6934. He knew he was in serious danger, but what about the letter? I had it in my hand when the soldiers ran off. Mummy found me, and if she's read it, well, she hates Lapo, and now she must know who I am. No, she probably would have left me there to die. She'd rather have no daughter than the wrong one. Before I passed out, I must have put it back in my bag. There is no other explanation.
चलो भाई आज के देख के करते हैं।
There is darkness that brings uncertainty, but there will be a guide. Something that can teach me something. Only one divination per day.
कुणाल कुछ अच्छा करना है तेरे को वो कुणाल
July 19th. I retrieved the cameras at the lake, but I had convinced myself that I was the one who had hurt Martha. So much so that when I had the rolls with me on the way home, I found myself in another horrible dream. I don't even remember going to sleep. As soon as I woke up, I developed the film. The photos confirmed to me that my memory of that night was correct. It was a great relief. I have decided to go back to the lake in an attempt to communicate with the White Lady. I know it's a crazy thought, but I can't get it out of my head. I need to know what happened to Martha, so I must pursue every possible avenue, even the path of insanity.
अभी एपिक गेम्स है ना उस पे 3 मिनट बचे हैं गेम रिवील होने के लाइव स्ट्रीम पे कर दे
भाग कौन देख रहा कोई नहीं स्ट्रीम पे
भाई कर सकता है क्यों नहीं कर सकता भाई कर ले और पर्सनल सेटिस्फैक्शन
Attempted murder in La Romola. After the murder of Julia Kay, today her twin sister is the victim of another attempted murder. The condition of the young girl, found by the German troops, is no cause for concern. The political motive behind this is becoming all the more clear. But that's not what happened. It's all wrong. Mummy was the one who found me. The German soldiers shot me. Best to stay quiet. No one ever believes the truth. I should pick up the phone but remain silent. If I let the caller speak first, I'll find out who it is.
क्या सबसे मस्त?
Hello?
I am Barbara and Josie mother.
Is there somebody there? Mr. Eric?
It's the nanny. I can confide in her. Nanny? Hello, it's me.
What? Hello?
Nanny.
Oh my lord. I must be dreaming or something.
No, Nanny, you're not dreaming. It's really me, it's Julia.
Oh my god. Julia. My little sparrow. How wonderful. Sorry, but I thought you were dead. I saw you lying there dead. This brings me so much joy. Actually, you must explain to me, my little sparrow. What is happening?
fuck हो गया
नहीं बताना था भैया नहीं बताना था
I told Nanny everything that had happened. She was sad for Martha, of course, but very happy at the same time. I was the one she had a special bond with. I explained to her that I wanted to try and meet the White Lady, even if I knew it was a silly idea. But she didn't think I was a fool. Quite the opposite. She explained to me what I should do in an attempt to meet her. It was complicated. I noted everything down carefully in my diary. Who knows, maybe she did it only to keep me occupied, while deciding what to do with me and who to warn. I won't ever know though, because that very same day, a bomb struck the villa and she died. They all died. We should have been in that house ourselves, but instead, poor Nanny.
यानी चलो राज तो बाहर नहीं आया नैनी ने नहीं बताया अपने पिताजी
Bye, Nanny. I love you.
Goodbye, my darling. I thought I'd lost you. Be careful, my little sparrow.
Martha was taken to the chapel for her funeral.
Kunal, Wolfenstein, the New
Her
Order.
alone before everyone arrives. Now I know what must be done to meet the lady. Nanny has explained everything to me. I must try to meet her early in the morning when it is foggy, or all will have been in vain. That's what the legend says. This is what I need to do. 1. I must re-invoke her loss by putting her into contact with her lover. To do this, Nanny said to look for his grave in the woods, but there are so many. Daddy always said that infrared photos can see what the naked eye cannot. Maybe then they also see ghosts. There wouldn't be anything strange about that now, considering I'm trying to contact one after all. How crazy. 2. A part of me needs to enter her world. A lock of hair would work, so I'll need scissors to cut some off. 3. I will need an object that connects her world to mine. I don't know what to do for this yet. Hopefully something will come to mind when I least expect it. 4. To communicate with her, I will need to use my tarot cards. I will meet with the lady on the island where her lover was executed.
क्यों ना कितना बड़ा है ओके
Poor little one. He's dead. Poor little guy. His place is by Martha's side. Nanny always calls me Little Sparrow. This is the part of me that died with Martha. It'll be safe next to her. Here, Martha. This is my heart. Carry it with you. I'm starting to understand how painful your condition must have been. Not being able to properly communicate with anyone is becoming increasingly difficult. I envied you, but I did not see your suffering. I did not understand your courage. I miss you so much, Martha. I'm not worthy to dress in your clothes.
क्या क्या खाने स्ट्रीम करो ना अभी
Commune of San Casciano, province of Florence. Death.
भाई इस गेम ने तो डराया नहीं मेरी दीदी ने जब डरा दिया यार मैं आराम से स्टोरी में ऐसे घूमा हो अचानक से आवाज आती कमरे में नंबर था उसके नोट्स में 693
Martha
have called this number. Damn, Lapo must be dead then. Rest in peace, fair comrade.
Yes, Lapo is dead. I am due.
No, don't talk. We don't need to know who you are. By calling this number, it means Lapo wanted you to complete his work. A telephone cable near the house of German General Erich K. has to be cut. One goes to the house, but there's another cable we suspect is connected to a secret base. That is the one that has to be cut. If you see any German vehicles around, let us know immediately. We won't use this number anymore. It's dangerous. Use a telegraph. That will be safer. I hope you know how to use them. Otherwise, you'll have to come up with something. This is important. Frequency X. Before the message, telegraph, town on fire to identify yourself. Long live the homeland. Long live the liberation.
Should I sabotage the cable and become a spy? I don't know. My father is German. It would be like betraying him even though he himself hates this war. But what happened to Lapo and those guys? If I can save someone's life, maybe I should try. Or maybe I can talk to Daddy about it. He may be able to advise me on what to do. Don't even know the first thing about all this. What were you thinking, Lapo?
अच्छा अपन अपने फादर का प्लान बता दे या उनकी हेल्प करे जो अपने बॉयफ्रेंड ने कही थी क्या करें सौरभ बता प्लीज
क्या
अपन हेल्प
reveal the plan to father.
अच्छा
I decided to tell my father everything.
Always
I
will
loved
learn.
him very much, so I couldn't do such a thing in secret. I didn't understand anything about these things. I would have acted without knowing what I was doing. Daddy told me to agree to their requests and report everything back to him. He implored me not to get myself into any trouble, like all fathers do.
मतलब करना तो है ही परमिशन fuck
To cut the cable, I will need sharp scissors. Tailor scissors should be fine.
टेलर सीजर्स मैं किचन में लेने आया था यार क्या बदतमीजी है
अरे पापा को पता होगा वो अटैक करेंगे तो डर लेंगे पापा
हाँ ये तो है हेल्प तो करेंगे एटलीस्ट
These will be needed for
Journal
cutting a
है
lock of hair at the lake and for cutting the telephone wire. She leaves them everywhere. I think she's having too many and too often. Our wine. Daddy is so proud of it.
कौन है क्या
A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures.
अपग्रेड्स मिल रहे हैं भाई कैमरे के अपग्रेड्स
अब नहीं
I
देखा
have
जा
found
रहा
what
है
I need to take infrared photos. These workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The puppets I used to play with were made here.
हाँ, भाई ये तो
I never
वर्किंग
knew that when
सिमुलेटर
I
बन
was a
गया गेम
child.
एकदम से
They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that.
ओके अभी क्या करना है कम्युनिकेट कर दवा है ब्ला 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 नंबर पे कॉल कर ही लिया है डॉक्टर को कॉल कर सकते हैं अपन मैं हैव पे रूम कीज मिली नहीं है स्ट्रीम नोट समझ नहीं आ रहा ओके गाइस सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे स्ट्रीम ये स्ट्रीम हो गई भाई अच्छा लगा काफी दिनों बाद स्ट्रीम करी मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में हाँ तो है तो ही न्यू सेव्स याद आता है मैं तभी से एंड करता हूँ स्ट्रीम गेम से हो गया